In a world-shaking moment on February 28, 2026, the world's most powerful nation, the United States of America, launched attacks on Iran, a country thousands of miles away, nearly 11,000 kilometers from American soil, and far smaller in size and strength. What makes this even more astonishing is that these attacks were carried out under the leadership of a ruler who for years repeatedly promised to pull America out of costly and destructive foreign
We're going to finish what we started.
Best plan ever. Iran has been defeated militarily.
wars. But instead of ending wars, he is now launching new strikes, openly intervening in the internal affairs of other nations, and reshaping global politics with military power. So the question is, why is this happening? The answer is exactly what many of you are already thinking. The moment someone sits in that powerful chair of the White House, the true face of US foreign policy and strategic interests begins to emerge. A policy that transformed dramatically after the events of September 11, 2001. Since 9/11, four different American presidential eras have passed before Trump, and every administration in its own way ignited wars across different parts of the world to secure America's strategic interest. So, in today's story, we will uncover after 9/11 how many countries has the US attacked in total, which president launched attacks, when and in which countries, how much human and financial destruction did these wars cause, which objective did America successfully achieve, and which ones did it fail to achieve. Hello everyone. I hope you are all doing well. I'm Muhammad Ali Khan. The bright morning of September 11, 2001 began like an ordinary day for New York City. But within just a few hours, the terrorist attacks that unfolded would completely transform the global order forever. When the mighty towers of the World Trade Center collapsed into mountains of dust and rubble, it was not only buildings that were buried beneath the debris. The old world order that had existed for decades was buried with them. That single day permanently changed global security, international travel laws, and the relationship between different religions and civilizations. A wave of fear emerged that gripped not only America but all of humanity, chaining the world into an era of suspicion and uncertainty from which escape still seems difficult even today. In the immediate aftermath of the tragedy, American President George W. Bush declared the war on terror.
Today, our fellow citizens, our way of life, our very freedom came under attack.
Marking the beginning of an endless chain of wars that would engulf regions from Afghanistan to Iraq. These wars reshaped the political and economic understanding of the modern world and gave birth to new global conflicts that, even after 2 decades, show no sign of ending. Millions of lives lost, families and tribes displaced from their homes, and borders constantly redrawn proved that 9/11 was not merely a one-day tragedy. It was a starting point of a transformation that divided the world forever into two eras, before and after September 11. The world we breathe in today is still a reflection of that destruction and the endless wars that followed in it. So now let us talk about all those wars that stole peace from the world after 9/11. According to Wharton Institute for International and Public Affairs at Brown University, nearly 940,000 people have been directly killed in the wars launched by the US after 2001 across Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, Yemen, and other conflicted zones. It is important to remember that these figures represent only the direct deaths caused by bullets, suicide attacks, bombings, and military operations. The indirect deaths caused by famine, collapsing healthcare systems, and diseases spread through war were counted separately from those 940,000 casualties, meaning the real human cost is far greater than the numbers officially recorded. According to the same Watson Institute for International Public Affairs at Brown University, the United States of America has spent nearly $5.8 trillion in direct funding on the wars fought over the past 2 decades. But this was only the beginning of a long and bloody chapter. What was expected to be a short military operation soon became the longest war in American history. 4 American presidents came and went. 2 decades passed, yet the resistance never truly disappeared. And in 2021, when the last American soldier finally left Afghan soil, the world witnessed a shocking reality. The story had returned to where it had started. The Taliban were once again ruling Kabul, but this 20-year journey left behind nothing except scars of destruction. According to the Cost of War project by Brown University, nearly 241,000 people lost their lives directly as a result of the war. Among them, 71,344 were civilians, around 40,000 Afghan civilians, and nearly 24,000 Pakistani civilians became fuel for this endless conflict. The deaths among national military and police forces reached approximately 78,314 personnel. More than 66,000 of them were Afghan security personnel, while over 9,000 Pakistani soldiers also lost their lives in the shadow of this war. While Afghanistan was still burning in the flames of war, the world's attention was suddenly redirected towards another battlefield. The United States of America launched an invasion against yet another sovereign, independent, and oil-rich nation. Yes, no, it was Iraq's turn. March 20, 2003, President George W. Bush invaded Iraq with a claim that shook the foundation of global politics. The claim was that Saddam Hussein possessed weapons of mass destruction, nuclear and chemical weapons that allegedly threatened the world. But history witnessed a tragic irony. Even after years of searches and investigations, no such weapons of mass destruction were ever found. What had been presented to the world as a grave danger ultimately proved to be nothing more than a political deception. Only 2 months later, on May 1, 2003, President Bush appeared aboard the aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln and proudly declared, "Mission accomplished." The world believed the war was over, but in reality, it was only the opening chapter of a far longer and more terrifying conflict. According to experts, the sudden decision to dissolve Saddam Hussein's army left hundreds of thousands of trained soldiers unemployed, many of whom later became the foundation of armed resistance against American forces. The fall of Saddam's government created a horrifying power vacuum inside Iraq, one that extremist organizations quickly rushed to fill. Before long, Iraq was consumed by civil war, and from the chaos emerged Islamic State, also known as ISIS, a ruthless group that would terrorize the entire region. Eventually, in 2008, the Bush administration signed an agreement for withdrawal, a process completed in 2011 under President Barack Obama. The American soldiers left, but behind them remained a wounded and shattered Iraq. According to the Cost of War project and various human rights organizations, 2003, at least 210,000 innocent civilians have been directly killed as fuel for this war. Millions of Iraqis were displaced while the country's infrastructure was devastated beyond recognition. Reports suggest that the number of orphaned Iraqi children created by this conflict reached into the millions. Children who are still paying the price of that so-called mission even today. This war was not merely about overthrowing a government. It was a story that reshaped the geography and future of an entire region. And that mission accomplished, banner still hangs over history like a haunting question mark. Where innocent blood was spilled, rivers of wealth were also burned in the furnace of war. Money that could have been spent on education, healthcare, and development was instead reduced to smoke and destruction. According to Cost of War project at Brown University, the total estimated American war expenditure in Iraq has exceeded $2.4 trillion. That is $2,400 billion, an amount so enormous that it could sustain the economies of several smaller nations for decades. Iraq, once considered one of the prosperous countries of the Arab world, was pushed back by the decades economically as a result of this war. According to reports from the World Bank, the war and the later rise of ISIS caused more than $100 billion in direct damage to Iraq's infrastructure, including oil facilities, electricity networks, and roads, leading to record increases in poverty across the country. Friends, this was part 1 of our videos. In both parts of this series, we are discussing the wars launched by America in different countries after 9/11. And in part 2, we will uncover the countries devastated by American drone warfare, including Pakistan, Yemen, and Somalia, along with nations shattered by catastrophic conflicts such as Syria, Libya, and Iran. We will bring every detail before you. So if you want to watch part 2, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Until next time, take care and goodbye.